Well, the main story today will be those winds. You've probably heard the winds howling throughout the overnight. It's been quite windy out there, but we do have the chance to see some thunderstorms a little bit later this evening. Some of those could be a little bit on the stronger side. We do have a cold front that will start to sag south, so that will bring in that possibility. We do have some more rain as well as some thunderstorms that are moving in from Indiana, so we'll contend with some scattered showers and thunderstorms through the rest of the afternoon. Those local temperatures still on the warmer side, but they will be falling throughout the day, and it looks like we've got some colder weather in store for the rest of the week. So temperatures, they are going to continue to be on the cooler side for today and actually the remainder of the week. And we're still going to be dealing with those windy conditions. Right now, we do have some sustained winds at about 14 miles per hour. But they'll be picking up as we make our way through the morning and into the afternoon. But again, those are the sustained winds. We could be seeing some wind gusts over 40 miles per hour for today. So we do have wind advisories up until 8 p.m. I feel like you can always put more layers on, though. Like when it gets too hot, yeah. Like, I don't know. I know I've got people at home probably saying, no, don't say that. But yeah, it's quite on the warm side. Temperatures are in the upper 80s, but it feels more like the lower 90s.
Story earlier about how to keep cool and talked about how quickly your car can heat up if you have pets or children inside.
Yes, and I put this little thermometer. It's not reading the temperature of the car. It's at 96 degrees now because I took it inside, but I accidentally left it in the car for about a half an hour and it reached 126 degrees in the car. So yes, it heats up really quickly, especially on these days when you see plenty of sunshine. Right now, we're actually seeing some sunshine, and on any other day, I'd say yes for sunshine, but when we have the possibility of seeing some stronger storms, we don't really want to see that sunshine. So yes, it's nice to have it out there, but on a day like today, we don't want to have that extra heat warming up the atmosphere that could destabilize it enough to give us some stronger storms. And I do have a graphic that is a bit ridiculous to look at, but it definitely says to me, welcome to Ohio, where you can experience pretty much all the seasons in 1 week. These are the temperatures from the last 7 days. Last weekend, we were in the 70s. 79 degrees on Saturday and seeing rain showers yesterday. We were in the 40s and seeing some flurries. So we've seen a little bit of everything this week. Welcome back. Well, we certainly had a very cold start to the morning. Temperatures, they bottomed out at 27 degrees, but we've been seeing some sunshine for today, plenty of sunshine, I should say, and that's helping to warm up temperatures. So after a colder start, we are sitting at 51 degrees, and we should be able to make it into the upper 50s for today. Satellite and radar showing plenty of sunshine out there, just some very thin clouds, and we'll continue to see that sunshine for the majority of the day today. Overall, some calm conditions as well, thanks to high pressure that is sitting just to our south. But you can see off to the west, there are some rain showers as well as some clouds. We're not going to be seeing these rain showers move in today, but we will be seeing those clouds increasing later today. But for now, we're still holding on to that sunshine. Temperatures sitting at 51 degrees. Winds, they've calmed down. They are out of the west at 9 miles per hour. So after a very windy week, we're finally seeing some calm conditions heading into the weekend. Temperatures-wise, around the region, we're seeing some upper 40s and some low to mid 50s out there. So temperatures still sitting below average. The average of where we're supposed to be for this time of year is 64 degrees, and we are still going to fall short of that, at least for the next few days. But by next week, we'll finally start to see those temperatures averaging out. So high pressure is sitting just to our south. That's giving us plenty of sunshine, but that will start to move to our east, and we will be seeing some clouds build in tonight. But as I mentioned, we're going to be staying on the dry side. It's not until tomorrow that we'll start to see these rain showers moving in. I should say overnight, we'll start to see some light rain showers moving in, and then a better chance for some widespread showers will be arriving tomorrow, and those will be riding in along a warm front. But you can notice here that warm front and that area of low pressure, those will be staying to our south. This warm front's not going to be passing through the area. So it looks like temperatures, they're going to be in the lower 50s tomorrow. If that warm front will lift through the region, we'd see some warmer temperatures. But since it's just passing to our south, we'll keep temperatures still below average. Heading into Sunday, though, we'll start off the day with some clouds, and then we'll see some more sunshine and some calmer conditions. Temperatures a little bit warmer, though. So for today, about 58 degrees with mostly sunny skies. A calmer day out there with those southwest winds from about 5 to 10 miles per hour. For tonight, no 20s out there. We'll see temperatures a little closer to average. Again, that average low is 42 degrees. We'll be about 40 degrees with increasing clouds, as well as some light showers moving in during the overnight. But the better chance to see those more widespread showers will be during the day for tomorrow. Temperatures staying a little bit cooler, about 51 degrees. But by Sunday, that is the pick day of the weekend. More sunshine
moves in, temperatures about 59 degrees, and then by next week, it's looking pretty dry. Temperatures, they'll be back in the 60s, maybe a late week chance for some rain showers. Looks like maybe Wednesday night into Thursday.
Oh, we're rebounding though.
Help
That looks
is on
so
the
much
way.
better.
It's looking good.
Yeah. All right, thanks.
Back temperatures right now are sitting at 57 degrees. Winds, they are out of the south-southwest at 17 miles per hour. And we're still dealing with some rain showers out there, but they are all under severe limits. We did see some heavier downpours at times, even heard some rumbles of thunder. But we are going to start to see some clearing as we head through the afternoon. There were, however, some severe thunderstorms that did track to our south over the Dayton area, but they did miss us. They were just south of Shelby County, and those will continue to track off to our east. Overall, it looks like we will start to dry out for the afternoon, with the exception of maybe an isolated sprinkle, isolated shower or two. Mainly, though, we should start to dry things out. But we are still under a slight risk for some strong to severe weather. But it looks like that might be a better chance for later today. Again, we did have some of those severe storms pass to our south, and it is a slight risk, but we are going to continue to hold on to that slight risk. Tomorrow, we're still going to be in the same situation, still seeing a slight risk. But it looks like tomorrow we might have a better chance of seeing some stronger storms. That will all be thanks to a cold front. Right now, we still have a stationary front, a pesky stationary front that's continuing to give us those showers. So we did have that round one of some showers and thunderstorms move through, and we'll continue to see some showers and thunderstorms track along this front. It's a little bit of a division. We've got some cooler air setting up to the north of that front and some warmer air setting up to the south. So temperatures for today, they will be varying, and we might stay a little bit cooler depending on just how far north or how far south that front does get. But you can see those temperatures, some warmer temperatures to our south. Currently, we are sitting at 57 degrees, but you can see those cooler temperatures setting up to our north. But it looks like we'll still be able to see temperatures above average for today, still on the warmer side, but maybe not as warm as previously expected. But again, we'll continue to see a chance for some scattered showers. This afternoon, though, it looks like they should let up. Those showers and thunderstorms that moved through this morning will be moving to our east. Looks like the rain kind of cut out there a little bit, but we do have a chance for some isolated showers as we head into the afternoon. Mainly, we should stay on the dry side, but overnight tonight, we will see another chance for some showers and thunderstorms. Some of these could contain some gustier winds, maybe some small hail, but these will continue to track along that stationary front. That's why we are going to continue to see that slight risk for tonight as well as into tomorrow. But as I mentioned, we're also going to be watching this cold front move through. This will give us another chance for some showers and thunderstorms, potentially on the stronger side, as we make our way into late Thursday. We are going to be watching that line of storms. Right now, that looks a little broken, but we will continue to watch it. It might solidify a little bit more by tomorrow. So again, that is something that we will continue to watch. So temperatures for today, depending on how far north or how far south that stationary front gets, we could be a little bit cooler. Right now, it looks like we might top out in the upper 60s. We should take a break from those rain showers this afternoon, with the exception of maybe an isolated shower or two. But again, those temperatures, they're going to be varying depending on where that front does set up. Tonight, temperatures will drop to 54 degrees. We will see those showers and thunderstorms redeveloping overnight. So some of those could be a little bit on the stronger side. Main concerns would be some gustier winds, possibly some small hail. And we'll continue to see that slight risk for some storms as we make our way through Thursday. Friday morning, it looks like we could be seeing some of those storms ending, but should clear out for the afternoon and clear into the weekend.
Yes, we're looking forward to that
Weekend watch is
sunshine.
looking good.
But this is just quick, easy. You need a quick dessert.
I'm trying not to dump all the cake in one spot.
You're so good. You should have seen how I did it. Dump. Now what you're going to do after you get, that's okay. You can just move it around. And you want to move your peaches around so that they're, evenly dispersed on the pan.
Oh, it's still coming out. Okay, let's do this.
All right, so after you've got your cake mix on your...
So this is kind of just like a peach cobbler.
So it's like a peach cobbler. We're calling it peach dump cake because you saw us. We just dumped. Yeah, so this is a very good, quick, easy dessert. And again, you can switch out your fruits if you want to.
I've made a mess of that corner piece. It's still edible.
It is very edible.
What it looks like.
Recipes can be found at hometownstations.com or at apollocareercenter.com.
Good as always.
Great breakfast food, isn't it?
Certainly. Why not? All right, stick around. We'll be right back.
Up, up, down, down.
All right, Tinker, let's do this. It's go time.
Switch the foot. Do the other foot first this time. There you go. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Go, 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 go. That's it, Jeff. Look at you go. Come on. Good job.
Come on, Julian.
Good job, guys. Nice work.
All right, so that was our workout at Furrow Park. We were at the playground. A great workout outside. John Parkins has been with us. Thank you, Elise. Thank you, Julian.
I'm back to do weather this morning with me, our Cookie Monster and Elmo. So I'm gonna have you guys point at some temperatures for me this morning. Right now it's kind of cold out there, right guys? Yeah, but you're pretty warm with that fur, right? So I'm gonna have you point to some temperatures. In orange and yellow temperatures, those will eventually be making their way into our region, but not for today. We are gonna be staying a little bit more on the colder side. So here's a look at the futurecast. Again, you guys, we've got that high pressure. Do you want to point to that high pressure? It's the blue H. That is keeping us on the clear side for today. We're going to be seeing plenty of sunshine, but some colder temperatures for this morning. But as we put this in motion, as you can see, that high pressure, it's getting a little closer to Cookie Monster. That will, high pressure is good, don't worry. We've got that high pressure moving in. It will keep us on the sun. So thanks for helping with weather guys this morning.
Cookie Monster, what do you guys think about that forecast?
All right,
Pretty
average,
good.
good.
Sunny days,
Yeah, I
all
know.
right.
I'm not gonna lie, I think they nailed it. They
Oh,
really have
they did
a
a
new
great
career
job.
Really
once
well.
they get down there.
We're so proud of you.
Yeah,
Thanks
good
so
job,
much
guys.
for coming on the show.
All right, now with me this morning is Dan Runty, and you have been driving in these events for about 25 years, and I heard that you are the driver of the original monster truck, Bigfoot. Can you tell me, you've been driving for a while, what keeps you involved in these events? What keeps you driving and passionate about these events?
Actually, a lot of it's just the excitement of it. I mean, a monster truck never does the same thing twice. I've been with the company for 25 years. Bigfoot's 40th anniversary is next year. So they've been around a while, but most of it's just the excitement, the adrenaline rush, and we have a lot of good fans that come out to these events that have been following us for that long.
All right, now I heard that you retook a Guinness World Record back in 2012. Are you looking to set any new records this weekend or do anything to celebrate 25 years of driving?
No, we're just actually gonna go drive. It's gonna be different this weekend because, like you said in the forecast, a lot of rain, you know, so it's gonna be muddy, it's gonna be slippery. Monster truck never does the same thing twice, you know. We got a guy here that's gonna try to do a backflip, and they've actually got 8 of the best monster trucks here in Lima this weekend, so it'll be a good show.
All right, now what type of events are you going to be participating in? I saw there's like some freestyle events, and what all I guess are you participating in?
We actually do side-by-side racing, or here it's actually an obstacle course type racing, but then we do freestyle at the end of each event too, so we get out there quite a bit.
All right, and I guess you've been doing this for quite a while, and I know there's probably been some changes to racing. How do you feel about those changes? Kind of good, bad, or?
In our sport, it's very good because of what we're doing now. I mean, the obstacles, the cars, the buses have got a lot bigger. We had to change. You know, when we started out, or when the company started out, it was a regular truck. Now it's a race vehicle.
Right, and I know you've been doing this for a while. I guess if you could pick one favorite moment or memorable part of being a part of these events, what would it be?
There's a lot of them, because the jamborees are really when you can come out with the truck and run the truck to its fullest capability, you know, because it's so wide open and you can hit stuff a lot harder. I mean, the fans, like I said, is probably one of the biggest things that keeps us going.
All right, well, we'll send it back into the studio to you and Jeff, Julian.
You know what?
Thank you, Elise.
She actually drove a monster truck to work today.
Oh my gosh.
With me this morning is Dave Radzares, and he is the driver of the Smokin' Diesel monster truck. Now, I don't know too much about monster trucks, but I know that this one's a diesel truck. Is that, I guess, common for most monster trucks, or?
No, it's very unorthodox for most monster trucks. It's definitely different and definitely outside the boundaries of monster trucks.
Okay, can you tell me a little bit about the diesel engine in your truck, and I guess does it give you an advantage with competition?
No, it has its difficulties. In some areas it does great, in other areas it definitely adds to the challenge of running a monster truck, but it's a little over 1,500 horsepower. It's a twin turbo Cummins diesel. And it has its days, you know, it has its moments, but overall it's a very strong competitor.
Okay, now how long have you been driving this diesel truck? For about 2 years, I think?
Yeah, this truck is 2 years old. It's actually pretty much new for this year. I ran this series last year and we went through the truck, so it's almost a new truck for this year. But yeah, about 2 years.
Okay, and I'm sure you've done many stunts, but I know there's a new stunt you're going to be trying this weekend
Yes.
on Sunday. In fact, it's a backflip.
Yes.
Can you tell me, I guess, what are you going to be backflipping over, and I guess how do you go about doing a backflip in a diesel truck?
You know, almost a ramp alone is worth coming out to see. It's about a 15-foot wall of cars that I'm going to hit and basically try to drive up the wall and complete a backflip and land back on the tires again.
Okay, now I guess it might be a silly question, but how does one prepare to do a backflip in a monster truck?
Well, because of the expense of what can happen to the truck, the damage that can happen to the truck in attempting this backflip, Sunday you will see my practice run. I have not practiced. This is not something that's rehearsed or gone over. All we can do is you know, the Jamborees put a lot of time in the research on how the angles and the different calculations at a ramp, and you're going to watch my practice run. I mean, it's going to be a practice and an attempt all in one shot.
All right, now have you seen other truck drivers attempt this flip
There's
before?
been very few that have done it, but there is a few that have made it, and a lot more that have not made it. But there has been a few that have done it before. So yes, I've watched some video and some different things, but it's a pretty rarity in monster truck to take a 10,000-pound truck, do a complete flip in the air, and land it on the tires.
All right, now speaking of the truck again, I'm looking behind me, and those tires are absolutely huge. How big are they? Like, how much do they weigh? I guess
a tire like that, before we cut them or carve on them, they're about 875 pounds a tire. I can cut 275 pounds of rubber off and throw it away to lighten the truck up. So it's almost 900 pounds when we start.
Okay, and one last quick question. I know you've been doing these for a while. What's your favorite part or most memorable part of these races?
For me, by far, the freestyle. I'm known as a freestyler. I love the racing, I like it, and I have a lot of fun, but my thing is to freestyle. At the end of the day, I just want to go cut loose and let it happen.
All right, well, we're definitely looking forward to seeing that backflip on Sunday. You don't want to miss it, folks, but for now, we'll send it back to the studio to Julian and Jeff.
And while we've seen our fair share of cold temperatures and snowy days here so far this winter, it's actually an improvement from last. Meteorologist Elise Dolinar takes a look at a comparison between this winter and last winter in west central Ohio.
Because of the bitterly cold temperatures last winter, the term polar vortex was born. Although this term is technically not new, it was one of the many ways to describe winter 2014's wrath, in which we saw stretches of temperatures well below average and above average snowfall. So far this winter, we have fared better in both temperatures and snow accumulations. December 2013 and December 2014 were fairly similar in temperatures, but deviated when it came to snowfall. December 2013 snow accumulations almost reached 11¼ inches, while this past December we saw no measurable snowfall. Last January is when we really felt the bitterness of Mother Nature's cold. 10 of the 31 days had actual air temperatures drop below zero without the wind chill. On those days, wind chills reached between 25 to 35 below. Compared to the 10 days spent below zero last year, only 3 days this year had recorded lows dropping below zero. As for snow, this year we only saw 10 inches. That's half of what we got last January. So far this February, temperatures have stayed about 6 degrees above average. Snow-wise, we are just under 9 inches, which is halfway to last February's total. Overall, we have seen a calmer and slightly warmer winter, but we're not out of the woods yet. March 20th marks the official first day of spring, so we have just under 6 weeks left of winter. In Lima, Elise Dolinar, your news now.
And I should add that last winter we had about 56½ inches of snow total, and as you heard Elise say, we have about 6 weeks to go still. We average about 3 feet of snow, 36 inches or so here across for most of us in west central Ohio. We've had only 18½ inches so far this winter, or roughly a third of what we saw last winter. But as Elise said, we still have a ways to go. So Jeff, with that, I'll pass it back.
Summer arrives this Saturday, but temperatures are already on the rise. Now that people are spending more time outside, they need to be aware of what their body is telling them. Elise Dolinar has the story.
Summer is a great time to get outside, do some gardening, play some sports, and hang by the pool. But it's not all fun and games. People need to be aware of the effects the sun and heat have on their body.
Definitely have to watch out with these warmer temperatures for signs of heat stroke, heat exhaustion, which can be anything from muscle cramps to sometimes a little bit of confusion as well.
Young children and elderly individuals are the most susceptible to heat stroke and heat exhaustion. So it's important to keep an eye on them in warmer temperatures and when they are outside.
The little children aren't going to tell you, "Mommy, I'm hot." They're going to basically come in with the kind of little bit of the redness and equivalent of a sunburn. The elderly also they tend not to drink as much water, so that's something to be definitely taking note of.
Another major problem that arises in the summer months is the risk of leaving children or pets in a hot car. Never leave them in the car, even if you think you'll be back in a few minutes. With 90-degree heat outside, temperatures inside your car will heat up to well past 100 degrees in only a matter of minutes. I put a thermometer in one of our news cars here at the station, and within 5 minutes, the temperature inside the car had reached over 100 degrees. In another 5 minutes, the temperature was up to 112, and after 30 minutes of being in the car, the internal temperature read 127 degrees. Imagine what those temperatures could do to a child or pet.
We always read about each year, especially around this time, of parents thinking, "Oh, I'm just going to run in the store very quickly. It'll only be a minute." The problem is that can kill children. That can basically give a heat stroke and cause a lot of permanent damage.
We all hate hearing about the reports of heat-related deaths in the news, but they can be prevented. Simple ways of ensuring summer heat safety include staying cool and hydrated, as well as taking breaks and limiting sun exposure. It's important that we listen to our bodies when they tell us to take a break. In Lima, Elise Dolinar, your news now.
Tensions flare in Salina this evening as residents voice their opinion on the closure of Mercelina Mobile Court. Elise Dolinar has more on this story.
Salina City Council met this evening for a special hearing on what's going to happen with the Mercelina Mobile Court. Residents of the trailer park recently received word that they would be out of a home in 6 months because the park landowners are no longer able to keep up with the burden of maintaining the property. The city was presented with the option of purchasing the land to build a community park. These are the direct wishes of the property owners.
Their wishes are very specific that it be turned into a park. And so they actually contacted the city, and part of the agreement is that they're going to close the park, but specifically they're going to close a mobile home park, specifically for a park for the city of Salina.
While tonight's meeting served to vote on legislation authorizing the purchase of the land by the city, the sole decision to evict was up to the landowners. Regardless if the city purchases the land or not, residents must still find a new place to live. For most of the residents, this news comes as a shock, and some are still trying to process what comes next.
Just in shock. I feel sick to our stomach and everything else that we're losing our home.
Residents are left with no options but to move. However, for many, financially, that is impossible.
It's going to cost $8,000 to $10,000 to move. I don't have that money.
Many have called the Mercelina Mobile Court home for years, some even saying this was to be their life home. Now, residents must spend this holiday season searching for a new one. In Salina, Elise Dolinar, your news now.